Hi guys, I want to introduce you to a subject which I have kind of been observing for the last couple of weeks, and a situation that's starting to rise, which is this polarizing, opinionated, really kind of strong left and strong right that I'm starting to observe within my industry around nutrition. Now, there's always been a kind of, an uneasy tension in the nutritional world anyway, from different opinions and different scientific journals and different stuff that comes out in newspapers and magazines, and conflicting kind of ways of doing things on social media as well. But around the kind of last 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months, I've seen a kind of really strong shift towards people within my industry, people that are in nutrition, people that are personal trainers, people that are coaches, that have started to kind of wave their flag for one way of doing things. And as a result of that, they've got other trainers, other coaches, other nutritionists actually calling them out. Now, back in 2004, 2005, when I did sports science for 3 years, and I studied sport health and exercise science, a part of that was kind of looking at studies that have been done, looking at things that had been researched, and understanding how to interpret that data, understanding how to take that and use it for an opinion. Okay, when it comes to nutrition, it's very easy to find data, to find articles that you can use, research papers that you can use to make your argument for one way of doing things. And science and nutrition is a very kind of conflicting area, because there's lots of different studies with lots of different ways of doing things, lots of different sample sizes, lots of different reasons for the data to show one thing. And people have even created programs and taken some data and then said this is the way to do things, and then people take other data and then said this is the way to do things. And it's a little bit of a dangerous game when you kind of come into that world, and you come into it with the mindset that the way you do things is the only way to do it. Okay, and what's even more dangerous is the place we now find ourselves in as an industry, which is where people that are genuinely trying to help people are being shot down and their names are being mentioned, and it's being used as a way to kind of create contention, create kind of conflict, create, I don't want to say clickbait, but create ways to get people to get lots of views on videos and lots of views in articles and lots of views online. My issue and where I look at this from is a position of, what about the people that are trying to get the help? What about the people that actually need to understand more about nutrition? So what it becomes for me, it becomes less about what can we do to help the client to get results? What can we do to help people understand a bit more about nutrition? What can we do to help people to take a positive step on the health journey? It becomes more about the big argument between this person, and this person calling this person out, and this person swearing at this person. And it becomes a little bit like a childish school ground, which then makes it even more complicated for the people that actually need the advice. So the reason I'm doing this is, again, not because I want to create conflict, I want to do anything but do that. I've got no time, energy, or need or want to have any conflict over it. However, what I would say, my advice for the people out there that are looking at this and going, well, this is making things even more complicated, what you need to start doing, in my opinion, is to start looking at yourself, start investigating yourself, start studying and researching, understand how your body reacts, what works for you, what works for your diary, what works for your schedule, what works for your tolerance to restrictive diets, what works for your capacity to track and manipulate the way that you do things on a day-to-day basis. Once you start kind of taking more of a what works for me approach, rather than who's got the biggest research catalogue, or who's got the biggest catalogue of F words, or who can be the most engaging, or who is the most entertaining when they call other people out, stop looking at that as a way of kind of finding new information. Start looking internally and thinking, what actually works for me? Because listen, if you genuinely think there's one way of doing things, there's only one way of getting results, there's only one way of coaching people, There's only one way, to make someone healthier and fitter and stronger. It's a bit delusional. There's many different ways to skin a cat, as they say. So start looking at yourself, start looking internally, start thinking about what works for you, because what works for one person won't work for another, okay? And me as a company, us as a company, us as a brand, we're very cool with that. We're very fine with that. We're not here to help every single person on the planet. We're here to help the people that resonate with the way that we do things, and specifically the type of people that we help. And if that doesn't fit for you, it doesn't work, it's cool. There's plenty other amazing, incredible trainers and coaches out there that spend lots and lots of time, lots of energy away from their families and their kids and doing stuff that is more fun, trying to help people and trying to help them to make a positive change in their life. And for me, if you're in the health and fitness industry and you're trying to help people, that's an amazing thing, okay? I don't think it's healthy for us to be calling each other out and making it a little bit of a school playground rather than a positive kind of health-driven environment that we should be creating for ourselves and for our clients.